Thank you everyone for joining. When we set forth to write a book sounds like a very daunting, scary task. And it can sound kind of crazy that John is then asking you to actually think in terms of series. But unfortunately, we've seen over the years that it is through series that people really make money. It's through series. For example, let's agree that you've decided to put some money in advertisement. Oftentimes, people would prefer having the first book in a series at a very low price, an entry price, like a $2.99 for a Kindle, a price that barely covers your costs. And your hope is to create a book in which at the end, people are so jazzed and so excited that they would want to go to another book. Now, this may be overwhelming for you. Like, John, I'm writing a memoir. I don't think how that can be a series. Or, John, I'm writing self-help. I don't know how can that be a series, but it can. With memoirs, I mentioned last week that Maya Angelou wrote 5 memoirs. There are many angles that you can tackle your personal life, many angles. And it's really preferable to have one short book that has some sort of an arc rather than being an autobiography in which you pack it full of irrelevant information. The same with the Bible that you're trying to write when it comes to your methodology or your theory or your know-how. There is a sense that we always want of like wanting to write the one definitive book. And I've seen over the years that looking at it as a few books that together compile the one definitive book is the better approach. Okay? So think of short books, edible books of 150 pages to 250 pages rather than 400, 500 pages books. And you'll be surprised, this size, 5 by 8, it's once you put in the margins and everything, it doesn't have to be that long. I'm talking about 40,000 words, 35,000 words, 60,000 words, something like that. And again, if you look into the word count, you will see that you can definitely do it. It's doable. It's really doable, especially today with AI. I'm not saying that AI should write your book. I am saying that AI can help you with overcoming writer's block. AI talks to you. You say, hey, I wrote something, I think it's effing boring. And AI will tell you, hey, it's not that boring, but how about if you elaborated here? And you're like, oh, that's actually a good idea. So utilize this. I've seen, 2, 3 years ago, the main question that everyone asked me all the time was, how do you overcome writer's block? How do you overcome writer's block? But over the past 2 years, I've seen that I'm being asked that less and less, because people are using AI to help them with prompts, to help getting them engaged. Okay? So use AI. Don't look at it as an enemy. For these meetings to be really useful once a week, I would love to hear some updates from you of where you're stuck. Rather than this being a presentation, I'd rather this to be more of a Q&A. We are putting together some sort of a playlist of the previous meetings so that when you come, you can actually see some of the when you decide to join, you can see some of the previous recordings and some of the answers and some of the tasks, and then you can better gauge your own project. So without further ado, in a couple of minutes, I'm going to read the chat. And I'm going to read the things that you're writing in the chat. Where are you stuck? What have you been doing since last week? What kind of book do you want to write? Or what kind of series do you think you can write? And please be frank, be honest. Don't care so much about appearing smart or respectful to the group. This is a group of peers. We're all stuck in the same place of low self-esteem and thinking that we suck. But together we can really improve and get books out there, and you'll be surprised. People will read them. Okay? So let's see what's happening in the chat. Take a moment to just write where you are, where you're stuck, or what your vision is. Bernadette, your technical question can be answered by AI even better than me. Okay, it looks to me like it will be double, but check it with AI. Yeah, I understand what you're saying, Destiny. Annie. So I'm stuck because I have a book already published, but I want to revise it and publish it myself. How do I go about it? So Annie, you are ahead of the game. Well done for having published your first book. What I would do is I would look at the contract that you had with the publisher, check the contract. There was a contract involved. Check the contract and see what you can do, and then reach out to them and say that you want to get your rights back and what's involved in getting your rights back. Okay,
Okay, so that would be my next step, and then I could just like ask you about
perfect.
what's the
Perfect.
steps.
Great.
Okay.
Um, Alchemy of Return. Diane, that sounds such a fascinating name. The Alchemy of Return. The Alchemy of Return. I would pick it up just to see what it is about. So that's great.
Thanks.
Yeah, and I would begin to maybe play with either AI or with a partner that you can find in this group to just think out loud. So here's my family story. Where I can go, I guess, is focusing on this one, but maybe how about this? I don't know really what I have, and thinking out loud about these angles of tackling it would really be very helpful. Is it a book about the Jewish experience? Is it a book about the refugee experience? Is it a book about the minority experience? Is it a book about growing up to people, with trauma experience? Is it what
Yeah.
what is it? What kind of
Yeah.
angle are you going to tackle it through? And once you get the angle, everything will need to be reflected in proper title, subtitle, proper image for the
Yeah.
cover.
It's really a book. I know you're not asking me this, but just for it's really a book about how discovering ancestral roots, including the Holocaust, has healed my own trauma. So it's a book about understanding ancestral trauma, but that it becomes transformative in your own life.
Great. So it sounds
Yeah.
to me already, I'm happy that this is being recorded because it sounds like you already have the subtitle. The subtitle sounds like how discovering my family's roots helped to heal my own trauma or help to heal. So it sounds like you have a great subtitle. And if the alchemy of return has not been taken, that's a great title. Let's talk about titles that have been taken or not. You'll be surprised, but all titles have been taken. All titles have been taken. what you really want to look for is a title that doesn't have like thousands of reviews. If it has a few hundreds of reviews, you can steal that title. Really, John? Steal a title? Is that what you're advising us? The thing with writing is that it's not really the title that matters, it's the combination of the title and the subtitle. This is why you have a colon. After the title, you have a colon, 2 dots, and then the subtitle. It's this combination together that you cannot steal. Okay? But you'll find that there are already a few books that are using the name that you guys want. This is how it is. People publish 1 million books a year. I think maybe even more. So the numbers are staggering, and all the titles are being taken. Okay? But you want to make sure that it's not being taken by someone that already has thousands of reviews. You want to be the one to eventually have to kind of dominate that name. Okay, great. Memoir writing of troubles. Imposter syndrome kicks in. Yeah, perfect. So Jason, travel memoirs are so fascinating, and you've had so much experience traveling, immigrating, moving around the world. I think that you have so much experience. So what I would focus on, and I mentioned that in previous recordings, is find a comp book. A book by Cheryl Strayed, or by Elizabeth Gilbert, or by someone who speaks about traveling, and from an interesting perspective. The books will tell you how long the book needs to be, what the blurb should include as far as tropes that it mentions, and I would continue from there. So find a couple of books that are selling really well in that genre and study them, break them apart. Okay. Thank you, Joel, for being here and joining us. I love that. I'm happy to have you. Abby, I'm working on a submission for local anthology at the moment and struggling with how I want to narrow control my theme. So the anthology is a collection of books, or a collection of stories by different authors, by you. Can you unmute Abby and tell us more?
Oh, yeah. I'm part of a local writers group that works on an annual anthology. I'm one of the editors in training for the anthology with a more experienced writer. So I'm trying to figure out how to do my own submission so that it kind of lives up to that standard that's been set. And I feel like my topic has gotten too broad, gotten a bit away from me.
Do you want to? So we have a WhatsApp group. I think that maybe we can hold you accountable to getting this narrowed and done. I think that sometimes when we have so many options, it can be a little bit overwhelming, especially when you feel scrutinized, or like, you need to live up to some, imaginary standard. My encouragement to you would be to just stick to something. Oftentimes, it's not the subject, it's the writing. Oftentimes, it's not the theme, it's the actual approach, it's actual writing. The writing can be really good if you're talking about a ham sandwich. The writing, so focus on something, and hopefully it will be something, Abby, that bothers you, something that hurts you, some pain, something that is alive. Okay, raw, something that you don't have figured out. Like it's still like raw. I think that would be my first example. Okay, I hope that helps. I'm looking for Bernadette, 10-part series so far, zombie and part series fantasy. Great. I'm mostly stuck with figuring out how to go about a Kickstarter campaign and how many books I should advertise for the same campaign. My first 2 books of zombie series and first book of fantasy. These alone, the other 3 fantasy books to the series are nearly ready. Yeah, so what I would study if you want to succeed in Kickstarter is I would study successful campaigns. I think that usually in the beginning, they begin with one book, rather than a compilation of 2 or 3. But check what's best selling right now on Kickstarter, and continue from there. continue from there. I'm excited. I think Kickstarter is a great place to get super fans. Well done, Bernadette. Timmy, I would put exactly what you just put here to AI. I want to write, I don't know how to approach it. AI will begin to have a conversation with you, and then you'll find what piques your interest. Okay. Chanel, I do not have a written manuscript yet, but I did start writing 2 blurbs. Blurbs are the way to go. I'm so happy that that's how you began, Chanel. I plan to create a book title this week where I'm stuck. Honestly, I had no motivation to write this past week. I'm feeling better now, thankfully. Yeah, it's ups and downs when it comes to writing.
Yeah.
It's ups and downs. I will say that I sometimes don't have motivation to go to work, but I show up.
Yeah.
Your book will eventually require a level of commitment. I'm looking at all of you, including you, Barbara. Your book requires a level of commitment. It requires a level of commitment. It will not be written on its own. And having accountability, having an accountability partner. Hey, I'm committing to writing 500 words a day. You can do that in 10 minutes, you guys. 10, 15 minutes. I'm committing to just writing 500 words a day, and having a partner that you agree that by 12 Eastern, I am going to report to you. Having accountability can change your life. For the past month, I really didn't want to do TikTok videos. I don't like TikTok. And yet I went into accountability relationship with someone who I hold in high regard. And that someone expected me to post a TikTok video every day. And because of that accountability, including weekends, I have delivered because of having accountability. So I pasted the WhatsApp group. You can write in the WhatsApp group who wants to be an accountability partner. You can find an accountability partner. You have your own group, and having someone check in on you. Hey, it's already noon or it's already midnight. Where is did you write? Did you not write? Okay. I think it can really help. You guys understand, Diane, your book can help people. Abby, your story can help people. Don't think that you're coming to this from some egotistic, self-centered place. On the contrary, I think it's the biggest service that you can do to society. You'll be surprised by people and the way that they respond. Accountability would be my encouragement.
Thanks, John. I was writing down 500 words a day.
Yes, it's doable. It really is doable. JC, so is the identification of best-selling books in our category more about helping with us with a title and description? Is this more about the packaging, marketing, framing, and less about helping with me with the process of bringing the internal content together? Do I separate the artistry of writing from the process of developing the title? So here it is. Here is the thing. You remember that one of the first things that I recommend having is an empty book. An empty book with nothing inside, but with a cover. It's a trick, you guys. It can save you a couple of years. If I told you that something can add 2 more years to your life or save you the agony of 2 years, you'd be like, nah, seriously? Okay, well, I'll look into that. This is a trick. Having on your desk every day a book cover, an empty book, but with a cover that has your name, has a cover, has the title, has a blurb of the book that you're writing, will force you to write. And that's what I really want you to have. Now, in order for you to do that, imagine yourself that the cover sucks and that the title doesn't make sense in the genre and that the book blurb is not enticing. It will be less of an incentive for you to go and write that book. I'd like you to have a cover that is professional looking, title that fits and smells like the genre. a blurb that hits the tropes. And for that to happen, you really want to find 2, 3 best-selling books in your subgenre. And JC, what you sent me was good, but it was not wow. I didn't see that it had, hundreds of reviews, and that it sounded like a good book, but I'm asking you to look more into the 4 agreements or things that are like super popular, a little bit more popular. Okay? If you're already going to spend 1,000 hours from your life on one thing, let's just aim those 1,000 hours to something that will bring you most money and most acclaim. Okay? And reach most people. Anyway, where it's going to be a time sucker. Okay? So let's already aim towards, the highest point, the highest place we can go. Okay.
John, how do you make that cover look so good? Are you using like Midjourney or something? I mean,
So we use Midjourney. We use today ChatGPT has its own cover stuff. Like it can do good work. We have a graphic design team that can help you either for free or for a nominal fee. Yeah, it's not a big deal. Everything is not a big deal anymore. 10 years ago, everything used to be a big deal. Printing a book, you had to choose the size of the edition. Today, you can print one book. Those things did not exist 10, 20 years ago. So today, everything is a non-issue. The graphic design is a non-issue. Today, the editing is not an issue. You had to pay $1,000 at the minimum for the line editing, for copy editing, for typos. Today, typos, you can have someone like a program do that for you. So I think editors are still really important, especially when it comes to developmental editing. No one can replace them, but everything is much easier today. We still think of the books as something very, very fancy, but you guys, it's easy. It's easy to do. It's easy to write. You'll be surprised. Okay, let's begin wrapping up. So my homework to you will be to write right now in the chat something that you're committing to. And I'm going to be a bitch next Tuesday. Something that you're committing to. I'm actually going to copy this, and with the help of Destiny and Annie and Bernadette, I'm going to make sure that next time I'll ask you. So something that you're committing to, let's write in the chat. Thank you, Bernadette, for typing. Thank you, Destiny. Thank you, Joel. Great. Thank you, Chanel. Thank you, Diane. Great. Jason, Abby, Annie, perfect. JC, great. Yay. I'm so excited to see your homework done. And I'm so excited to hear of your progress. You guys, this group that I'm pasting here again, copy that link, click on it. It's a WhatsApp group. You can find your accountability partner there. You can report, Joel, you want to write an hour a day? Go to that WhatsApp group and say, done with my hour a day, yay! You'll get a few hearts. Hey, you guys, I'm done with my hour a day, yay! Hey, you guys, today I really didn't want to write, but then I knew that I needed to report to the group. I wrote, yay! Okay, we are human beings, we are social animals. Let's build upon it rather than be bogged down by that. Let's utilize this group peer pressure in a positive way. I'm going to hold you accountable to everything that you guys wrote. If you want to join our John Kiss book club, with Barbara and Destiny and Bernadette and Annie and myself and a few others. It is held on Fridays at 1 p.m. PST in the same link. And you guys are more than welcome. I will see you same place, same time, and I will be on time. And I appreciate you guys very much. Have a great evening.
Bye.
Have a great morning. Have a great day. Okay. Annie and Barbara, I'm hopping to my next meeting.